All right, so I just finished baking some coffee grounds. I got these from a local coffee shop. I think these are actually espresso grounds. I'll pull them out of the oven that I baked for around 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. So that's going to be nice and sterilized. And even just taking it out of the oven, some mold spores and some bacteria might fall on it, but let's hope that's not a big deal. And what we're going to do is we're going to inoculate this with oyster mushroom spawn that I grew from basically putting piece of an oyster mushroom in a jar, and I'll show you that right now. Hold on. So I took vermiculite and brown rice flour, sterilized it in a pressure cooker, and then put the spawn or the piece of the oyster mushroom in the vermiculite and just let it sit in a warm, wet spot for about a month. And this is what happened. The mycelium have colonized the jar. And I'm going to take some samples of that and put it in these holes right here. I probably don't need to fill each hole, but the idea is that if I spread it around the entire pan here, the mycelium are going to take over the whole pan, and then I'll be actually get some oyster mushrooms fruiting out of this, and I'll get some fresh oyster mushrooms. All right, let's try it out. Okay, so now basically what I'm doing is I'm taking that spoon after I sterilized it by putting it in a burner. It was actually, the spoon got really hot when I put it under flames, so it's not good to touch the mycelium when a really hot spoon. So let the spoon cool down, and I'm taking little bits of mycelium and putting them into the holes that I made in the coffee grounds. And that way the mycelium can quickly spread out throughout the entire pan. So just check back in a bit and I'll have the pan done. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do. I just basically randomly pick some holes and I spread them around and put some bits of the oyster mushroom spawn in there. And I didn't have to go to every single hole. That was just the holes that I made. The idea is that if I put it just in one spot, it would take a long time for it to get all the way to the other end of the pan. So this way, it should colonize the whole pan pretty quickly before any of the blue molds or other, the other bad fungus and bad molds can take over. So we'll check back in a couple weeks and see how this is doing.